far from the crowded tourist maps. Beyond the noise, the queues, and the cliches, lies a country that feels like Europe and Asia whispered a secret to each other and hid it in the Caucasus Mountains. This is Georgia, a land almost no one talks about, yet everyone who visits wonders why the rest of the world hasn't discovered it. Here, ancient traditions still shape everyday life. Landscapes shift from snow-capped peaks to sun-soaked vineyards, and the warmth of the people stays with you long after you've left. From hidden mountain trails carved through breathtaking scenery, to flavors born from the world's oldest winemaking culture, to stories preserved in medieval villages, Georgia is one of the world's most underrated treasures. Welcome to a place that should be on every traveler's list, but almost no one knows it exists. Tucked between the soaring peaks of the Caucasus Mountains and the gentle waves of the Black Sea lies a country that many travelers still struggle to place on a map. Georgia sits at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, a small nation with a soul far larger than its borders. It's part of the South Caucasus region, sharing frontiers with Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Russia, yet it feels entirely its own. Despite its rich history, dramatic landscapes, and famously warm hospitality, Georgia remains surprisingly accessible. A 4-hour flight from most major European cities, visa-friendly policies, and affordable travel costs make it one of the easiest undiscovered destinations to reach. So why is Georgia still underrated? Perhaps because it doesn't fit neatly into any category. It's not quite Eastern Europe, not quite the Middle East, and not quite Central Asia. It's a blend of influences, traditions, and identities that defy simple labels. For decades, it lived in the shadow of larger neighbors and global narratives that overlooked its beauty. Only recently has the world begun to whisper about its ancient wine culture, its medieval stone villages, and its landscapes that shift from alpine valleys to subtropical coastlines in a matter of hours. Georgia is a place that rewards curiosity and still feels like a secret waiting to be shared. Your first impressions begin the moment you step out of the airport. The air carries a mix of mountain freshness and distant sea breeze. The sounds are a blend of soft Georgian conversations, church bells echoing from centuries-old cathedrals, and the hum of Marsharaka's local minibuses weaving through the streets. Colors hit you immediately: the deep greens of rolling hills, the warm terracotta rooftops of Tbilisi, and the golden glow of sunlight reflecting off ancient stone walls. As you move through the city, the atmosphere feels both familiar and entirely new. Narrow streets twist between ornate balconies, sulfur baths release clouds of steam into the air, and the scent of fresh bread shodas puri drifts from traditional clay ovens. There is an energy here that is hard to describe, a mix of old-world charm and youthful creativity, of history preserved and modern life unfolding in real time. History and cultural background. Georgia's story begins thousands of years ago, in a land where myth and history intertwine. Ancient kingdoms like Caucasus and Iberia flourished here long before the rise of Rome, and legend holds that Jason and the Argonauts sailed to Georgia in search of the Golden Fleece. Over centuries, Georgia became a crossroads of empires: Persian, Ottoman, Russian, each leaving its mark, yet never erasing the country's fiercely independent spirit. The Georgian alphabet, one of only 14 unique writing systems in the world, dates back to the 5th century AD and remains a proud symbol of national identity. Despite foreign invasions and Soviet rule, Georgia's cultural heritage has endured. Today, it's a mosaic of medieval churches, ancient winemaking traditions, and vibrant folk music. One of the country's most cherished festivals is Tbilisi, a celebration of the capital's history and diversity, held every October with music, dancing, and overflowing tables of food and wine. In the highlands, Lamproba, a torchlight ritual in Svaneti, honors ancestors with fire and song. These traditions aren't just preserved, they're lived. Meeting the Georgian people is like stepping into a storybook of warmth and resilience. Hospitality isn't just a custom, it's a way of life. Locals often say, A guest is a gift from God, and they mean it. In villages, you'll be invited into homes for feasts that last hours, where homemade wine flows and toasts are led by a tamana, the ceremonial toastmaster. In cities like Tbilisi and Kutaisi, you'll find artists, musicians, and entrepreneurs blending old-world charm with modern creativity. Daily life in Georgia is deeply rooted in community. Families gather around long tables for super traditional feasts filled with laughter, storytelling, and shared values. Religion plays a quiet but steady role, with Orthodox Christianity shaping many aspects of life, from architecture to holidays. Yet there's also a youthful energy pulsing through the country. Street art, indie music, and tech startups are redefining Georgia's future while honoring its past. Whether you're hiking through ancient monasteries or sharing bread with shepherds in the mountains, Georgia's culture isn't something you observe, it's something you feel. It's in the music, the food, the language, and the people. And once you've experienced it, you'll understand why this small country leaves such a lasting impression. Georgia's natural beauty is nothing short of cinematic. Yet beyond the postcard-perfect views of Tbilisi and the well-trodden paths of Kazbegi, lie landscapes that feel untouched by time and largely unknown to the outside world. These are the hidden natural wonders that make Georgia a paradise for explorers, photographers, and seekers of silence. Start in the region of Svaneti, where ancient stone towers rise from emerald valleys and snow-draped peaks pierce the sky. The villages of Ushguli and Mestia are surrounded by some of the highest inhabited terrain in Europe, and the trails here lead to glaciers, alpine lakes, and panoramic views that rival the Alps without the crowds. The air is crisp, the silence profound, and every step feels like a journey into myth. Further east, the David Guerrea Monastery complex sits carved into the desert-like cliffs of Kakheti, blending spiritual history with surreal geology. The surrounding landscape is a painter's dream, rolling hills and shades of ochre, lavender, and gold. It's a place where monks once lived in caves, and where the wind still carries whispers of centuries past. One of Georgia's most magical secrets is the Martvili Canyon in Semagrelo. Here, turquoise waters cut through limestone cliffs, and visitors can drift through the gorge by boat, passing waterfalls and moss-covered walls that glow in the filtered sunlight. It has a scene that feels more like Southeast Asia than the Caucasus, and yet it is unmistakably Georgian. Then there's the hidden gem of Abudilori Lakes, nestled in the Kevsereti region. These three alpine lakes, one green, one blue, one white, sit beneath jagged peaks and offer a surreal color-shifting spectacle that few travelers ever witness. Reaching them requires effort, but the reward is a landscape that feels like it belongs in a fantasy novel. Georgia's biodiversity is equally impressive. From the subtropical forests of Ajara to the semi-arid steppes of Vashlovani National Park, the country hosts rare species like the Caucasian leopard, Bezor goats, and endemic birds. Conservation efforts are growing, but much of the land remains wild and unspoiled. These natural wonders aren't just beautiful, they're sacred, storied, and deeply woven into the Georgian identity. To walk through them is to understand the soul of the country, resilient, poetic, and quietly extraordinary. And for those willing to venture off the beaten path, Georgia offers a kind of beauty that's not just seen but felt. Georgia is a country where experiences feel less like planned activities and more like moments you simply fall into. Every region offers something distinct, and the beauty lies in how effortlessly these experiences blend adventure, culture, and human connection. Begin with the heart of Georgian life, the local markets. In Tbilisi's Deserter Bazaar, the air is thick with the scent of spices, blue fenugreek, dried marigold, crushed walnut, and vendors call out with warm smiles, offering samples of churchkela, the iconic candle-shaped candy made from grape must and nuts. These markets aren't just places to shop. They're windows into daily life. You'll see grandmothers selling homemade cheese, farmers displaying fresh herbs, and bakers pulling hot bread from stone ovens. Every interaction feels personal, and every stall has a story. For those seeking something more hands-on, Georgia's traditional crafts offer unforgettable experiences. In Kakheti, you can join local winemakers who still use the ancient kvavery method, fermenting wine in clay vessels buried underground. They'll show you how grapes are crushed, how the vessels are sealed, and most importantly, how to taste wine the Georgian way, slowly with toasts, laughter, and meaning. In the mountain villages of Racha or Svaneti, artisans invite travelers to try their hand at weaving, wood carving, or making felt skills passed down through generations. Adventure seekers will find no shortage of thrills. The hiking trails in Kazbegi, Tusheti, and Svaneti lead to glaciers, waterfalls, and panoramic ridges that feel untouched by time. The trek to Giurgeti Trinity Church is a classic, but lesser-known routes like the path to the Abudilori Lakes or the Amalo Shatili Trail offer solitude and raw beauty. In Ajara, the subtropical coast gives way to lush forests and hidden waterfalls, perfect for canyoning or river trekking. For a slower pace, hop on a marshrutka, the local minibus, and let it carry you through winding mountain roads and remote villages. These rides are experiences in themselves, filled with music, conversations, and spontaneous hospitality. You might find yourself sharing snacks with strangers, or being invited to a family home before you even reach your destination. And then there are the moments you can't plan, stumbling upon a village festival, hearing polyphonic singing echo through a church, or watching shepherds guide their flocks across highland pastures. These are the experiences that stay with you, the ones that reveal Georgia not just as a place to visit, but a place to feel. Food and culinary secrets. Georgia. If there is one thing that defines Georgia as deeply as its mountains and music, it is food. Georgian cuisine is not just a collection of dishes. It is a living expression of history, hospitality, and identity. Every meal feels like a celebration. Every table a stage for storytelling. And every flavor a reminder that this small country has one of the world's oldest culinary traditions. Georgia's food culture begins with wine, and not just any wine. This is the birthplace of winemaking, 8,000 years of uninterrupted tradition. In the eastern region of Kakheti, families still use the ancient kvavery method, fermenting grapes in large clay vessels buried underground. The result is a wine that tastes earthy, bold, and unmistakably Georgian. Sitting with a winemaker as he opens a kvavery is an experience that feels almost ceremonial. You hear stories of ancestors, harvests, and the meaning behind each toast. Wine here isn't just a drink, it's a bridge between generations. Then there's the food itself, hearty, soulful, and bursting with character. Kinkali, the iconic Georgian dumpling, is a lesson in both flavor and technique. Locals will show you how to twist the top knot, how to take the first bite, and how to savor the broth inside without spilling a drop. Kakapuri, the beloved cheese-filled bread, comes in regional variations from the boat-shaped Algerian version topped with egg and butter to the Emiratian style with soft, tangy cheese baked inside. Each region has its own twist, and each family has its own secret. But the real magic happens during the supra, the traditional Georgian feast. Long tables overflow with dishes pakali made from spinach and walnuts, metzvade grilled over grapevine branches, fresh herbs piled high like bouquets. At the center of it all is the tamada, the toastmaster, guiding the evening with poetic toasts about love, friendship, ancestors, and life. These moments reveal the heart of Georgian culture, connection, generosity, and the belief that food is meant to be shared. In markets and village homes, you'll see how deeply food is woven into daily life. Grandmothers roll dough with practiced ease, farmers bring fresh produce from mountain valleys, and bakers pull steaming bread from clay ovens. Every interaction feels warm, genuine, and rooted in tradition. To taste Georgia is to understand Georgia. It's bold, welcoming, and unforgettable, just like the people who make it. Being deeper, connecting more, and experiencing the country the way locals do, generously, joyfully, and without excess. Budget breakdown, Georgia. One of the most surprising things about traveling in Georgia is how far your money can take you. Whether you're a backpacker on a shoestring budget or a mid-range traveler looking for comfort without splurging, Georgia offers exceptional value across the board. From accommodation and food to transport and experiences, this is a country where affordability meets authenticity. Let's start with accommodation. In Tbilisi, you can find clean, stylish hostels for as little as $10 to $15 per night, often with breakfast included. Mid-range guest houses and boutique hotels range from $30 to $60, many offering stunning views, homemade meals, and warm Georgian hospitality. In rural areas like Svaneti or Kakheti, prices drop even further, and staying with local families often includes dinner, wine, and unforgettable stories. Food is where Georgia truly shines. A full meal at a local restaurant complete with kinkali, kakapuri, and a glass of homemade wine can cost under $5. Street food and bakeries offer delicious options for even less. Markets are a great place to buy fresh produce, cheese, and bread for picnics or self-catering. And if you're invited to a supra, the traditional feast, you'll experience a meal worth far more than its price tag. Transportation is both affordable and adventurous. Marshrukas minibuses connect cities and villages for just a few dollars. A ride from Tbilisi to Kazbegi, for example, costs around $4. Trains are slow but scenic, and taxis, especially when shared, are reasonably priced. For more flexibility, renting a car starts at about $25 to $30 per day, and fuel costs are lower than in most European countries. Activities range from free hikes and monastery visits to guided wine tastings and canyon boat rides. Entrance fees to museums and historical sites are usually under $2. Even adventure experiences like paragliding or horseback riding are budget-friendly compared to other destinations. To make the most of your trip, consider traveling in the shoulder seasons, spring and autumn, when prices are lower and crowds are thinner. Booking accommodations directly or through local platforms can also save money. And always ask locals for tips. They'll often point you to hidden gems that cost little but offer a lot. In Georgia, budget travel doesn't mean missing out. It means diving. Reflections and takeaways. Georgia, every journey leaves a mark. But Georgia has a way of leaving something deeper, something that lingers long after the bags are unpacked and the photos are stored away. It's not just the landscapes or the food or the history, though each of those is unforgettable. It's the feeling of the place. The sense that you've stepped into a world where time moves differently, where people live with intention, and where beauty is woven into the everyday. Traveling through Georgia teaches you to slow down, to appreciate the quiet moments, the sound of church bells drifting across a valley, the warmth of fresh bread pulled from a clay oven, the laughter shared with strangers who feel like friends within minutes. It reminds you that hospitality isn't a gesture, it's a philosophy. Georgians don't welcome you because they have to. They welcome you because it's who they are. The mountains leave their own impression. Standing beneath the towering peaks of the Caucasus, you feel small in the best possible way. The kind of small that makes you breathe deeper, think clearer, and remember what really matters. The trails, the villages, the ancient towers, they all whisper stories of resilience, of communities that have endured for centuries by leaning on each other and the land around them. And then there's the culture, bold, expressive, and unapologetically alive. From polyphonic singing that vibrates in your chest to feasts that stretch late into the night, Georgia celebrates life with a passion that's contagious. You don't just observe it, you're invited into it. You become part of the rhythm, part of the table, part of the story. But perhaps the most powerful takeaway is this. Georgia is a reminder that the world is still full of places that surprise you. Places that aren't defined by tourism or trends. Places where authenticity isn't curated, it's lived. In a world that often feels rushed and digital, Georgia feels grounding, human, real. As you leave, you carry more than memories. You carry a sense of connection to the land, to the people, and to a way of life that values community, tradition, and heart. And you realize that Georgia isn't just a destination. It's an experience that stays with you, reshaping the way you see travel, and maybe even the way you see yourself. Final thoughts and why Georgia matters as the journey through Georgia comes to an end. One thing becomes clear. This country is far more than a destination. It's a reminder of what travel is meant to feel like: raw, human, surprising, and deeply connective. In a world where so many places have been shaped by tourism, Georgia stands out because it still feels real. It still feels lived in, unpolished, and authentic in the best possible way. What makes Georgia matter isn't just its landscapes, though they are breathtaking. It's not just the food, though it's unforgettable. And it's not just the history, though it stretches back thousands of years. What makes Georgia matter is the way it brings all these elements together into an experience that feels both grounding and transformative. This is a place where ancient traditions aren't preserved behind glass, they are part of everyday life. Where strangers treat you like family. Where a simple walk through a village or a shared meal can turn into a story you'll well tell for years. Georgia reminds you that travel isn't about ticking boxes or collecting photos. It's about connection to people, to culture, to nature, and to yourself. The country also offers something rare: perspective. Standing in the shadow of the Caucasus Mountains, you're reminded of your place in the world. Watching artisans craft wine the same way their ancestors did 8,000 years ago, you feel the weight of time. Sharing laughter with locals who speak a different language, you realize how universal joy can be. These moments shift something inside you. They make you see the world and your place in it a little differently. Georgia matters because it shows that beauty doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. It doesn't need to be famous to be meaningful. Sometimes the most extraordinary places are the ones that haven't been discovered by the masses, the ones that still hold their soul. And perhaps that's Georgia's greatest gift. It invites you to slow down, to be present, and to rediscover the wonder of exploring somewhere that feels untouched, unfiltered, and unforgettable. It's a place that stays with you, not just in memory, but in the way it changes how you see the world. If this journey through Georgia has opened your eyes to a corner of the world you never knew existed, imagine what else is out there waiting to be discovered. And if you want to keep exploring places like this raw, real, and breathtaking, then make sure you don't miss what comes next. Go ahead and hit that like button if this documentary inspired you, and subscribe to the channel so you can join me on future adventures across the globe. And don't forget to tap the bell icon, that way you'll be the first to know when a new travel story drops. Share this video with someone who loves hidden gems or needs a little inspiration to pack their bags. The world is full of incredible places, and together we can uncover them one by one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next journey.